Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for October 25th. I'm your host, Aaron Armstrong, and joining me today is Kirsten. How you doing, Kirsten?
I am good. It feels so weird to be doing a live feed update on October 25th. It's so strange.
It really does. It really
So
does.
weird.
We are here to update you on everything that happened yesterday on the Big Brother 22 live feeds. It was day 81 in the house.
81? We're almost there. 81, almost done.
Yeah. It's not too much to update you on except for who won the HOH, really.
Yeah, honestly, at least we have that, because otherwise not a thing happened.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
We had part 2 of the final 3 HOH, and do I even need to tell you?
I'm like, are you waiting for me to say it? Do you want me to say it?
It was very Cody won. Cody won part 2.
Oh my god, I'm shocked.
Yeah. And it was okay, so Enzo took 37 minutes to complete part 2 of the final 3 HOH. It took Cody 4 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's like that reminds me, I think it was part 2 of the BB Can 3 HOH, when it was like 25 minutes for Sarah and like 6 minutes for Ashley.
Yeah, it's a
pretty big time difference there.
a little rough there for Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo says it was his biggest blow up of the season. He cracked.
Yeah.
Poor Enzo.
What are you gonna do?
It's just so sad. Like, this is exactly what was to be expected. It was exactly what is fitting for the season that we have had. And, Enzo got super complacent for the last while and didn't really study. So it's not surprising. It's like, we're not mad. We're just disappointed.
I think there are a lot of people that are mad too.
Well, maybe, but I don't have the energy to be angry anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it is. I think the video is having some trouble here.
Oh, incredible.
But look, this is it's not too much to, if it buffers, you just it's not going to take too long. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Buffering is the toll that you pay to have a live feed update every morning sometimes. Oh God. So yeah, it's basically going into part 3. I think that both of them have a decent shot to win part 3, even obviously if it's the crapshooty version, pretty even, but I think it's more likely to be the videos, and I think they both studied lots, and it's pretty even shot.
Yeah. Cody versus Nicole in part 3. We still don't know for sure who Cody will take if he wins. Definitely seems like Nicole will be taking Cody. Still have zero indication otherwise.
I know that everything we're seeing is telling us Nicole is going to take Cody, but in my heart, I cannot believe that at the end, she's going to look at Cody and look at Enzo and take Cody. I just feel like she's so self-interested that it would be so weird for her to do that.
Okay, let's assume
that she might, I'm sure, it's what's gonna happen. It's 2020, this is what we deserve, but it's just she's always been so self-interested. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Let's assume that's true though. Why are we getting no indication at all? Why is she not saying anything?
Maybe right now she thinks, okay, I'm taking Cody, but when it comes down to it, she's gonna be like, I can't do this. But I don't know, she's not giving us anything to tell us that. I just want to believe it to be true, that she'll know better.
Make it true.
Like, make it true.
True.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, it's always possible. Again, I always think back to Big Brother Canada 2, you know, all the way up until the feeds went down. John Party was planning on taking Netta. And then when he won, he decided not to. It's always possible.
See, you always have to have a little hope for these things.
Yeah.
And it's not even that it's like, oh, I want Nicole to win. Like, I don't care who wins. I'm past the point of caring. But I would like to see people make the moves that are in their best interest.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, I think at this point, like the most exciting end to the season if Nicole cut Cody and won the game. I do feel like the worst ending is Nicole taking Cody and winning.
Yeah, because that just doesn't sit quite right.
Yeah, exactly. Like she didn't make the move. Why is she winning?
Like, and the thing is though, like, if Nicole won in that situation, like, I don't think that's, like, even in the world, like, this, like, it could be worse still, but like, I just would like to see that cherry on top of her game if she's gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that was funny yesterday was at one point, I think it was either Cody, no, it was Enzo. Enzo's like, she just did one thing and then listed like 4 things that she had done in the game. Oh, no, that was Cody. It was Cody and Enzo talking.
Yeah, I mean, she, you know, so, and Enzo is upset. He lost the competition. There was a funny moment where the feeds came back for like 5 seconds, and half of one of those seconds was Cody and Enzo was saying something like, "That's what I'm trying to say," but it was like, "That's what I'm trying." And then for like 2 hours, that was all we had after the competition came back, or the feeds came back from the competition, and so it was like, "What did he say? What does this mean?" And there was like investigative work. The audio was slowed down. People were trying to figure out what he said, what it meant. Did he say I'm feeling better now? Did he say I'm not upset anymore? Did he say I'm upset? Did he say that's what I'm trying to say? What does that mean?
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's how sad we are. October 24th, 2020, we are doing deep investigative work into Enzo saying, "That's what I'm saying, yo."
Yeah.
Okay, and the other thing too is I feel like so much of this is coming down to, oh well, Enzo didn't win the comps and that's that, so he's out. I feel like he got so complacent like weeks ago and he needed to be more hands-on. Like, there's something to be said for setting yourself up well that you don't have to do too much, but you still have to at least give the impression of doing things and being like more of an active participant.
Yeah, and Enzo talks to the cameras and he's just like yo, I think that's it, yo. He's really like beating himself up, like he screwed it up. This season was easy, yo. It was easy to get to the end, yo, but my luck ran out, yo. My time is up. That's it. I had fun, but I did what I did best. I lost the comps at the end. It is what it is.
Yeah, and like he's just going to leave this feeling like he made the exact same mistake as last time, and it's not quite the same, but he is going to take that lesson away because that's the lesson he wants to take away from this.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think he's right to some degree. Like the problem is that he can't win competitions, which means that his game needs to shift a little bit and he needs to go with people he thinks he can beat. Now, to be fair, I think up until the final like 5, probably thought he could beat Nicole. But that was not the case after all.
But like the situation with that is, yeah, Nicole hadn't really been winning competitions this season, but she has a history of being actually like pretty good at these competitions. So you can't be betting on beating her.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, is that like I think Enzo could have set himself up to be going up against anybody in the like when it takes you 37 minutes.
Yeah,
to
like
complete
who would
part
have
two.
done? I feel like the only person who maybe would have had a worse time on that is like David, maybe.
I don't think David's that bad.
But like, and that's the thing. Like we just haven't seen it. Like David probably would have smoked him.
Yeah, like David's never just tanked in a competition. He's always like been up there with everyone.
Yeah. So he really needed to be studying more.
Well, yeah.
And like doing like conditioning training. Like, do we know, was this the one where they have like to climb up and put all the dates? Do we know that?
I don't know. I mean, I assume so, but
because if that's
I don't
the
know
case,
how Cody would have done that in 4 minutes though.
Yeah, well, he has good reach.
Yeah.
And he knows everything so well. I don't know. But if that's the case, then I think in the future, everybody should be rock climbing in preparation for Big Brother.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, in general, that's probably good conditioning. It works on your grip strength, which I am a proponent of strengthening your grip before you play these games. And it's like your whole body. So yeah, become a rock climber if you're going to play Big Brother.
I mean, Enzo says like, I'm too old, yo. I should have played this game when I was younger, yo. When I was like in my 20s and I had a 6-pack and I was boxing, like that was it, yo. And you know, I honestly, I agree with him. I just feel like his biggest problem in the game, he's made it to the end twice, and neither of those times was he dragged to the end because he couldn't win anything. So like not winning anything was not a key component of his game. It was just something that was there. So he probably would have made it to the end even if he had been capable of winning things. And in both situations, if he had just won 1 or 2 competitions in the end game, important ones that he needed to win, he might have had a chance to win either of those games. But when you can't win those competitions, you just can't win the game.
I don't know. I just feel like even if he wasn't going to win those competitions, he needed to be set up differently then. I really don't think that you absolutely have to win all of these key competitions. I think it's good to have like 1 or 2, but I do believe that there is a way to successfully play and win without that like strength in your arsenal, but you just have to have other strengths and use them, which he doesn't use.
I agree on a theoretical level, but I'm pretty sure that it's literally never happened except for Dr. Will in season 2. You know what I mean? Like every single winner has won at least a couple of endgame competitions. Most of them won the final 3 HOH. But if they didn't, then they probably won like the final 4 veto. Or the final 5 HOH or final 5, like you know, like most people that won the game have won at least like 2 important end game competitions, and that's because it's the level of difficulty to set yourself up so that you get taken to the end and win is so hard because people don't respect the being taken. If you don't win, then people don't respect you anymore, and that's Enzo's problem. If he had won anything here, the jury is begging to vote for him. They just need to see a win from him. And if he gets taken by Cody, then he did set himself up pretty well because he got taken to the end, but he's up against somebody that won more competitions, and so it's not going to be worth anything.
You know, ran everything. The chat is saying that it was a balance beam and you had to take photos and answer questions. I think with the photos maybe. So not rock climbing, but I still think rock climbing is good preparation.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, look, rock climbing is good preparation for most things, like American Ninja Warrior.
Rock climbing is very difficult and uses your entire body and increases your grip strength. That's very useful if you're working on your overall fitness.
Yeah. All right. So Enzo.
That's it. That's the takeaway for this podcast. Go rock climbing.
Go rock climbing. Enzo says that he does think Cody will take him. And if he does, of course, he has a small chance left to win. At this point, he does not feel confident that he can beat Cody, especially since he didn't win this competition. But he's going to give a speech. He's going to give it a try. He doesn't know about this pre-alliance stuff. He came into the game alone. That's what he had to deal with. And he says, if Nicole takes, it's insanity if she takes Cody over me. It's he won 4 vetoes, 3 HOHs, didn't get on the block once. I don't know. Where even am I at that point? What is happening?
Yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, these are real life friendships that are making the decisions rather than logic.
Yeah, I mean, she also would have taken Paul, but
I just in my heart, I feel that I feel like she's gonna look at them and she's gonna be like, what am I doing? I can't. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where she'll be like, okay, Cody, I evict you. Oh my God, did I just say that? Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Oh my God. Like that is how it would go if it happened.
But she always plans for those moments.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, but like it could happen. I don't think it's a 0% chance. I think it's maybe like a 7% chance.
Yeah. He says he'll be happy for Cody if she takes him. Cody's no puppet. He would have won his season if he took Victoria. He's one of the best to ever play if he wins this game. He's one of the best.
He played a great game this summer. Winter, fall, whatever season it is, time is fake.
Yeah, he's like Cody and Nicole. They played together on their season. It would be like if someone from his season was on this season. Of course, there'd be a dynamic. But I didn't come in with a dynamic with anyone. I didn't have anyone. I had to work through this.
Yeah, and so in that situation, you simply must work to break up the people with those dynamics and take people that don't have that going for them.
Well, sure, but who? Like who?
Which he could have done in the triple by voting out Nicole. This dynamic wouldn't be here.
But then he's keeping a 3-person dynamic: Christmas, Tyler, and David. They all had pregame alliances.
That's not as powerful or as deep of a connection.
I mean, connection-wise, I think Nicole is just more loyal.
Like, I think there's still situations where if he takes out Nicole, like everything is different at that point. Like, obviously you can't be like, oh, okay, it would definitely be like this. It would definitely be like this. Like that changes literally everything. But I do think that it's one of those situations where you have the opportunity to break up a duo that is, you know, much stronger and much tighter than the others. So even though there's the 3, that 3 is not as tight. They don't have like having played Big Brother together before. It's something where you could at least like get in there.
I mean, look, I agree because I do think that Cody and Nicole are more loyal to each other than, you know, David and Tyler were, or Christmas and Tyler were.
Exactly.
Christmas and Memphis were probably tighter, but he didn't have that option at that point. But look, this is probably an entirely different conversation. I'm still of the opinion that Enzo made the right call, evicting David over Nicole. I think that he's in the exact same or very similar position that he's in right now if he does goes the other way. In fact, I think he was more likely to be evicted prior to the final 3 in those circumstances. And either way, he's still not winning any of these endgame competitions, and he's still probably drawing dead in the endgame.
I think he would be, I personally, like, I don't think that, I think he'd be in a marginally better position. Like, it wouldn't be, oh, now he wins because of that. Like, it's not that big of a difference. I think he'll be in a marginally better spot. And I think that he would be more respected.
I agree. I think he would have had a better chance to win the jury, but he would have had a worse chance to get to the end. And if I'm traveling back in time and I have no knowledge of the future, I'm going to take a better chance to get to the end over a slightly better chance at the jury, but a harder chance to get to the end, like every time, because all it takes is winning one. Like, all Enzo needed to do in the last 3 or 4 weeks is win one or two, competitions that actually matter, not the Final Four at HOH. And at that point, he can make a move. He can take out Cody. He can take out Nicole. He can take out Memphis. If he does anything like that, I think the jury is willing to vote for him, and he still has a good chance to get to the end.
See, for me, like, and that's just where we differ. For me, I would rather take the shot where if I'm at the end, I'm more likely to win than be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna try and get to the end and we'll see what happens.
But I don't think they're equivalent. I don't think it's like a balanced scale.
Yeah, I just like, especially in the situation where they already got so much money to be there, I wouldn't be like, oh, I need that second place money if I can get to the end and I don't win. So I would be like, you know what? Both, like, let's fucking do it. I don't know. And that's how I've just always felt since my like debacle. Like, I know what it's like to go home. So if I were to ever get the chance to play, I'd be like, let's have some fun.
Well, see, I think because like I said, I don't think it's a balanced scale. I don't think it's like he has slightly more chance to win the game versus. I'm not saying he's choosing second place over first place. I'm saying that he's choosing 5% jury equity over like 30% overall win equity. And so I would take the 30% over the 5% anytime. I
think that we need more math done to actually determine what the percentages are in order to make that decision.
So anyway, he says that he is not going to be doing any of that math because he's not doing any podcasts.
Which, again, that's fine.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing too. Is I feel like every season where it's like, oh my God, we want to talk to everyone. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't need to talk to anyone who doesn't want to talk to us. Yeah. Okay.
I think
we love ourselves enough. We'll talk to the people who want to talk to us, and the rest, bye.
Let me. This is a little bit of insight here. I think one of the biggest misconceptions people have, at least of me, I can't speak for Rob, is that I care at all about like the interviews. People are always like, oh, he's saying this because he wants to make sure he gets the interview. Like, I do the interviews for you guys. Like, listen, there are some interviews like with Kaser that I would love to talk with Kaser, but I don't need it to be an interview. I could just have a conversation. Like, I would like to have any conversation with Kaser. But beyond people like Kaser, like I do them for you guys. And like I love to like talk through people's games. Yes, but I don't like if they don't want to. It's not gonna work if they don't want to do it. So
yeah, Taryn's not out here like, I must talk to everybody. I need to have the same conversation with them all. Like, that's...
Let me tell you, it's a lot of work, and it gets really repetitive sometimes.
I'm trying to imagine thinking that you care that much about, like, pretty much anything.
And sometimes, and like, I don't want to throw any shade sometimes, but like sometimes the players also think that I care about an interview with them a lot more than I do.
Sometimes the players want the interview so bad they make it happen, and then that's when the interview happens.
Yeah, sometimes they're like, "Hey, I'll throw you. I'll come on. I'll come on the podcast."
They're like, "Let me do you a favor. You can do a bunch of prep work and then interview me. You're welcome."
Look, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the people who give up their time to talk to me. It's
I don't mean
very
that
generous
as
thing.
like I don't mean that as like a shady thing. It's just you don't apply to be on reality TV if you don't love attention. And I'm speaking from personal experience, so I feel like I'm allowed to say that.
Yes, but look, if Enzo feels like it's not right for him to
take care of yourself, Enzo.
Yeah. Like, look, nobody has a responsibility. It's like he just spent 85 days playing this game and like, with his mental health deteriorating as it happens to all of them. Like, there's no responsibility to then spend time with somebody grilling you about like, why did you make this decision? Like, treat yourself.
Like, they've all been through a very traumatic experience these last 81 days. And however they want to cope with coming out of that experience is how they're going to do it, and that is fine, and we need to understand that.
Yeah. All right. So
And that's it.
yeah, Enzo's like, Nicole's gonna stand there. You have the best social game. Oh my god, you made me pee myself. You made me to pee pee on the kitchen floor. I can't take you. I do like her though. I do like her. But if she wins, that would be ridiculous. There's no way she should win against Cody.
Well, I do think as well, though, in that situation, there is the added thing of I won this game before and they still like brought me to the end. Like that, I feel like that does mean something. I don't know how much.
I mean, I agree. I think it gives her something that like
It's like that little extra.
I don't think she's played a bad game.
No.
But in comparison to Cody, especially, and even Enzo, I don't think she's played a very good game in comparison. So I think that she needs these sort of like extra, like, hey, I'm a former winner and I made it to the end. Like she needs those extra bits of like flashy argument.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like she'll know how to say that, right? I don't know. We'll see on Wednesday. We'll find out all of our the answers we're seeking. We'll get them so soon.
Enzo's mad at Christmas for the third place comment. He's like, okay, yo, you had 2 comps thrown to you, yo. Winning a power is not winning a comp. You had 1 POV, yo. I'll give you that, but that's it, yo.
Well, and far be it from me to compliment Christmas, but that congratulations on third place was her best moment over 2 seasons of Big Brother.
He's like, I bet Nicole right now, she's talking to, she's like, Cody, you better take me because I'm taking you. And Nicole is talking to Cody and she's basically like, Cody, you'd better take me because I'm taking you. There's no way I'd feel bad getting second place next to you. I'd vote for you over me, Cody. I'm going to have to sit up there and try to convince everyone to do something that even I wouldn't do.
And then what was it also? I also liked after everything last night, Enzo's like, oh, and I have to come up with a bullshit question. Like, oh, Cody, would you have taken me if you won? Oh, yeah, I would. Oh, here's my vote. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's so salty. Incredible.
Yeah, Cody keeps just being like, hey, you can win. She's like, Cody, you don't need to convince me that I can win. I don't care. If I'm going to lose, I want it to be to you. I'm gonna try, but like I said, even I would vote for you. And you know, I hope it's a nail biter. I hope it's close. She's like, but I can't sit next to Enzo. He's played a great game. Never touched the block, just like you. And they both are like, yeah, Enzo, oof, tough to beat Enzo. And Nicole says, you're gonna get Ian's vote because of his stupid formula, his stupid equation, because you socially, strategically, you won all the comps. Like that's dumb.
I mean, if someone has an equation for how they're going to vote and you know about it, not trying to align with that equation is what's dumb.
I mean, and that's basically it. I mean, of course they continue to talk about how they're going to take each other. They talk about Big Brother 16. And she's like, yeah, I would have voted for you over Victoria. And he's like, really?
The idea that it's been like 6 years and people are still trying to push Victoria would have won. It's just enough. She wouldn't have won.
Yeah, she said that part of why she voted for Derek, because she didn't really even know the true extent of Derek's game, is that Derek, sat her down before she left and made sure she was aware. She like made her think that it was more Cody's fault than his fault, and that Memphis was talking about how that's what Dan did as well. That Dan did that with Keisha and with some of the other jury members. She's like, it's smart.
I believe that's called jury management. Managing the jury. A pretty important part of this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean any single thing, which I think is important to say, but it is very important.
It is. And that's basically it.
Yeah, so I feel like we spent 3 minutes talking about what happened yesterday and 20 minutes speculating, which is I think exactly right for this this last update before you do the deep dives, right?
Yes. Tomorrow morning, I will be here, and I will give you the full rundown on the first of the final 3. I'm thinking of doing Cody first this time.
It's like, do you want to like build momentum? It might be cool to do Enzo first.
Well, see, last season I did Holly first, and that got the most amount of views, and then I did Nicole second, and then I did Jackson third, and then by the time I did the third one, people were like, all right, I'm done with this season already. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected.
Yeah, and granted,
I think doing Cody first makes sense. I feel like that'll be the longest one, and you want people to have lots of time to listen to that before the finale.
Yeah, and so and then then we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, I think get Cody, get I've got all the energy for Cody, and then
yeah, I think maybe I think do Cody, Nicole, Enzo. I feel like because I feel like you'll have a lot of fun doing the Enzo one, and it might be will it be shorter? I don't know. I feel like they're all gonna be like 7 years long.
That's kind of how they tend to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my life for the next 3 days.
It's been your life for the last 81 already.
Yeah, in particular, like these like game recaps take so long. Like it's.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I did one once, and I didn't have the notes that you have going into it, so it took a very long time. So I'm well aware of the work that goes into that.
Yeah. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be very informative.
Yeah. Learning is fun, everybody.
Yeah. All right. That's what we have for you today. If you want to see us doing something that is not preparing for tomorrow's podcast, I will be taking a break at 5 p.m. Eastern to stream some Among Us with Puya and the crew.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can watch on Terran's stream and on Puya's stream.
There you go.
And I think they set up like a little multi-view so you can watch them both. So do that.
There it is.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a lot of murder. That's how Liana said murder like that last night. It was the best thing of my entire life.
Yes. And tomorrow I will be live again to give you the rundown on Cody's game. Tomorrow night there will be an episode recap. Then Tuesday I'll talk about Enzo or Nicole, and then we'll do the stock watch. And then Wednesday I'll talk about the other person that's not going to win, and then we'll talk about the finale after the episode airs. So check it all out. You can find me on Twitch, again, twitch.tv/Taran Armstrong, or Twitter, not Twitter, at Armstrong Taran on Twitter. Kirsten, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media at Kirsten Said What, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Kirsten Said What. My Among Us games have been on Saturday nights. We play hide and seek. So it's like all murder all the time. Very fun. Highly recommend.
All right, there you go. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'll see you next time.